Archangel Michael says, "You were mentioned in a conversation that was never meant to reach your ears. Your name was spoken not with malice, but with a deep, restrained desire that someone has been hiding for a long time. What they said about your cheeks wasn't ordinary, it held a hidden affection, admiration, and longing buried beneath layers of hesitation. Late at night, in a dimly lit room, your image was described with soft words, and your cheeks, specifically your cheeks, became the center of that tender confession. This wasn't just physical attraction, this person sees in you something emotionally irreplaceable." Their voice cracked as they spoke, revealing that the connection they feel is far more than they've ever let on. They touched their own cheek as they recalled the last moment they saw you smiling. That memory hit them like thunder, and your presence has been echoing in their mind ever since. They remember how the light caught your face just right, and they whispered that your cheeks still haunt them. This wasn't a flirtatious game, it was real. They've spoken about you to someone close, revealing what they couldn't say to you directly. And now those words are making their way back to you because you deserve to know. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, "This revelation wasn't supposed to reach you yet, but divine intervention wants you to hear it now. What's been spoken behind closed doors is being opened by the light. You've touched someone's heart in a way that cannot be reversed." The conversation continued with stories only someone deeply affected would tell. They remembered your laugh, the way your cheeks moved when you smiled, and they confessed something that even shocked the listener. They said being near you felt like home. This isn't just about attraction, it's about an unspoken promise they once made to themselves. They vowed to be near you when the time was right, and now the time is closing in. The feeling has grown too strong to ignore. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Someone even warned them not to get too attached, but they didn't listen. Their reply was clear: they've already fallen. Your presence, your soul, and the softness of your cheeks, everything about you lives in their memory every day. They've held back because of fear. Fear of being too vulnerable, too exposed. But the words have now spilled out, and soon, so will the truth. A mutual connection is preparing to tell you the full version. They know everything that was said, and they can no longer hold it inside. Prepare your heart, because the truth is coming, and it's deeper than love. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Your cheeks, they said, turn slightly pink when you're caught off guard or shy. That image of you, innocent yet powerful, moved them deeply. They described it as a moment they'll never forget. A moment they wish they could rewind endlessly. What stunned the listener most was how gently they spoke about you. It was like they were painting a sacred memory. No bitterness, no regret, just longing. They even compared you to a sunrise, saying your face brightens everything in a room, and your cheeks, they claimed, are like symbols of resilience and warmth. It was poetic, raw, and completely unexpected. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Someone is about to ask you if you've ever noticed the way that person looks at you. That question will shift everything, because the truth is, they've never stopped watching you with hope. There's a letter being written. Not typed, but handwritten. With emotions bleeding through every curve of every word. It starts with your name and ends with a promise. This person has wanted to express this for months, but they feared rejection. They feared they weren't enough. Type Amen to get blessing February 2022. A photo of you is saved in a hidden folder in their phone. Not for wrong reasons, but because it brings them peace. Every time they feel lost, they look at it and remember what matters. That photo shows your cheeks mid-laugh. And that laugh, they said, is what saved them in dark moments. You're unaware of the silent impact you've made on someone who now feels they owe their healing to you. Even in your absence, you've been the reason someone kept going. And now, destiny is pulling both of you into alignment. A meeting is coming, and so is the unfiltered truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They spoke about you as if you were a masterpiece. Not perfect, but rare. They confessed they've never met anyone whose cheeks could carry such emotion. There's an upcoming event. A gathering, a random visit, a moment where your paths will cross again. When it happens, watch their eyes. You'll see everything they've been trying to hide. A trusted source overheard more than just words. They felt the energy shift. They saw the trembling fingers and the heavy breath as they spoke about you. Type Amen to get blessing August 1988. That same person will soon speak to you casually. But listen closely, hidden in their words will be a message from the one who can't stop thinking about your cheeks, your smile, and your spirit. The words will feel like déjà vu because they've been rehearsed many times. This isn't coincidence. The divine is orchestrating a confession. A moment where you will be told how much your presence healed a broken soul. They used to write your name in the corner of notebook pages. Even now, it's the password to something private they keep. You're more than a memory, you're their hope. Type Amen to get blessings 666. They've bought something small that reminds them of you. It's hidden in a drawer and only they know its meaning. It's the same color as your favorite shirt, the one you wore the day they fell for you. They even mentioned to a friend that you have the type of face that angels would envy. And your cheeks, they said, are a perfect mirror of your heart. Every time you blush, you give away a piece of your soul. You'll soon discover all this not through confrontation, but through revelation. It will come like wind, softly but powerfully. Be ready, because what's been hidden is now rising. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. A friend of yours may act strange soon, that's because they know. They know what this person said, and they're unsure if they should tell you directly. But they will, because Archangel Michael is moving hearts behind the scenes. The truth will not remain buried anymore. The words that once trembled in fear will now find the courage to reach you. When you find out, don't be surprised if you cry. It will be overwhelming, like finally hearing the lyrics to a song you've always felt but never understood. It's going to change how you see your past and your present. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They said you have this way of softening even the harshest moments, that your smile, through your cheeks, calms storms in the soul. They believe you were sent to their life for a reason they never dared to accept until now. This person wasn't talking just to gossip, they were unveiling a secret they didn't know how else to express. Their voice trembled, their hands fidgeted, but their words were sincere. This is not obsession, it's destiny trying to speak. The cheeks they mentioned are only part of what they adore. They also spoke about your silence, your kindness, and your strength. They see everything. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They've had dreams about you. In one, they reached out to touch your face but couldn't. In another, you smiled and vanished. It's left them shaken and lost. They've walked past places you once stood, just to feel closer. They've tried forgetting you, but it's impossible. You are the chapter they keep rereading. This weekend, a shift will begin. You may feel emotional, unsettled, or joyful without knowing why. That's because spiritual energies are unlocking what was hidden. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You are being prepared for an encounter that will answer questions you didn't even ask. But it will also open a door that's been sealed for too long. One look at them, and you'll feel the truth. You may not recognize their words at first, but their eyes will confess before their lips do. Watch how they hesitate before speaking, because they're gathering courage. They will talk about your face like it's the light they've been missing. They'll explain how even when they tried to move on, no one else could replace the warmth you brought. You're unforgettable. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Their friend, the one they confided in, has been nudging them to tell you, and now they're planning. Slowly. Carefully. The moment is near. You may find an unexpected message, a sudden meeting, or a soft smile from across the room, and when it happens, your heart will recognize the truth before your mind does. It's already written. They once said, "If I never get to kiss those cheeks, I'll always regret it." That's the level of affection they're hiding. They meant every word. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Their heart aches from holding this in. And heaven can no longer let them stay silent. Archangel Michael has opened the path for truth to be released. Be prepared, it's going to come unexpectedly. But it will feel like everything is finally clicking into place. This person, their words, their eyes, they've all been waiting for you. The time for secrets is over. A confession is coming. Your cheeks were only the beginning, but your soul is what they truly fell in love with. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Continuation, God message. This is about you. This person talked about you and your cheeks with a hidden desire. Part 2. Archangel Michael says, the person who described your cheeks with such deep affection has begun to realize they can't carry this feeling alone anymore. The burden of secrecy has become too heavy, and now, what they once whispered is about to become a bold declaration. Your presence in their heart has outgrown silence. They thought distance would dissolve the attachment, but it only intensified the ache. Every time they try to focus on someone else, your memory rises like a flame that won't go out. You are the constant that keeps interrupting their attempts to forget. They didn't speak about your beauty to impress anyone, they said it with reverence. The conversation was sacred, as if they were honoring a blessing they never deserved. And your cheeks, those symbols of your innocence and depth, were mentioned more than once. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. What's coming next may seem small at first. A message, a coincidence, a shared moment that feels like fate tapping you gently. But know this: behind that moment is a soul who's finally surrendering to what they feel for you. You'll begin to notice a pattern. People around you might speak strangely or avoid eye contact when this person is mentioned. That's because many of them already know what this person feels, and they've been waiting for the truth to unfold naturally. Someone close to you is aware of the entire story. They've heard the sleepless confessions, the late-night tears, and the emotional weight behind those words. You've been admired not just for your appearance, but for the peace you unknowingly bring. Type Amen to get blessing. 2555. There was a moment when this person stood just a few feet away from you, wanting to say everything, but the words got stuck, and they smiled instead. That smile held back the flood of emotions that's now ready to be released. They never wanted to objectify you. In fact, the way they talked about your cheeks was more spiritual than physical. They said it felt like seeing the reflection of their own soul in another human being. They believe you carry healing in your presence. And what they feel isn't just a desire, it's a pull from a higher force, drawing them closer to something divine. And now that energy is starting to awaken in you too. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. You may soon have a dream, a vivid one, where this person appears. In it, they won't say everything, but the emotions will be undeniable. This is the realm of spirit preparing your heart for what's about to be revealed. The color pink has shown up multiple times for them recently in clothing, signs, even in the sky. They believe it's a sign from the divine reminding them of your cheeks, your laughter, your warmth. Every sign is a push toward you. They're planning something. A gesture. A moment where you'll be caught off guard, and they'll finally say what's been stuck in their throat for months. Don't ignore the signs. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You were spoken of with trembling hands. They even cried afterward, overwhelmed by the fact that they've never loved someone this silently, this deeply. And yet, your name brings them peace every single day. Their best friend told them, if you don't tell them, you'll regret it forever. That sentence has been echoing in their ears like thunder, and now, they're preparing to take that chance. This isn't a fantasy, it's a suppressed truth that's clawing its way into the light. And divine timing is pushing everything into place. What's been building in the background is about to take center stage. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. There's a location they pass often because it reminds them of your face. They don't even go there with purpose anymore. Just to breathe in the memory of you. It's become their sacred space. They try to distract themselves with work, with noise, with meaningless conversations. But nothing replaces the softness of your presence, and those cheeks, they still describe them as the place my eyes found peace. A close relative of theirs knows about this love. And that relative may soon make a casual mention of you. Don't overlook it. It's all a setup by divine orchestration. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Even nature seems to remind them of you. A gentle breeze reminds them of your voice, and a quiet sunrise reminds them of your silence. You're everywhere, and yet, still out of reach. You'll soon walk into a space and feel like something has shifted. That's because they were just there, or they're thinking about you so hard. The energy is tangible. Your spirits are connecting long before your mouths will. There's a necklace or bracelet involved, a small piece they once saw you wear. They mentioned it when they spoke about your cheeks, saying, that piece on them was like a frame around art. That's how seriously they admire you. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. They once wrote a message meant for you but never sent it. That message still lives in their notes, sealed with a date and emotion. Soon, you may find a way to read it, either directly or through someone else. This person has changed because of you. They eat differently. Speak softer, reflect deeper. You awakened a part of them that had been asleep for years. Even when they're surrounded by others, they feel your absence like a missing heartbeat. You've become the quiet ache in their soul that no noise can cover. And that ache is transforming into boldness. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. The cheeks they adored are just a doorway to the soul they fell in love with. They long for the day they can touch your face gently. Not out of lust, but out of respect for the peace you bring. They've never wanted to hurt you, only to be near you. Someone from your side knows this and is beginning to hint about it. The universe is using small voices to speak big truths. Listen with your heart. A moment will come where they almost say it, but pause. Don't rush them. That hesitation is the last fear they must overcome before letting the dam break. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. You've been their muse. Their songs, their writings, their silent prayers, everything leads back to you. You've inspired more than you know. They once heard someone else talk about you and grew visibly uncomfortable, not out of jealousy, but because no one could describe you the way they see you. To them, you're sacred. They want to protect your smile, your cheeks, your heart. They see you not just as someone to love, but someone to guard from pain. They're ready to step forward now. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. They're coming closer, day by day. Every hesitation is fading. The distance between you is no longer sustainable. Archangel Michael says this is divine design, not coincidence. You were meant to meet, then drift, then collide again with greater purpose. That time has come. A breakthrough is coming emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. You won't have to wonder anymore. You'll know. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. When they see you again, they'll notice if your cheeks are still the same shade when you smile. And if they are, it'll make them cry inside. Because they've missed that softness more than words can capture. Your hands will shake slightly when the truth comes out. But it will be followed by warmth. Like a long-lost puzzle piece finding its rightful place. The moment may come with music in the background. A familiar scent. Or during a moment when your guard is down, trust that the divine knows exactly when to deliver what's been delayed. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. They once asked someone, "Do you?"